So today we're looking at a very interesting flashlight. This is one I've had for a couple of years now, but recently someone sent me a message and they saw this light somewhere. I think it was on Mass Drop, and they asked me if I ever heard of it. And I said, actually, I have one. And I was pretty sure I did a video on it, but they said they couldn't find it, and I did a quick search on my own, and I couldn't find either. So if I do have a video on it, I apologize for the redo, but if I don't, here we go. Let's talk about it. This is a Maratac TLL Rev 2 flashlight. Now, I don't believe they currently sell this. Like I said, I got this a couple years back. And what intrigued me about this so much was the battery source. This flashlight takes a single C battery. When was the last time you guys needed a C battery for something? The last time I needed C batteries, I had a portable fan for Gus when I first got Gus. It was like summertime, and I got a fan from like the dollar store or something. I brought it home. I thought it would take double A's or something. I popped the back open, and it took like 15 C batteries. Like, what? So the batteries ended up costing me more than the actual fan. But before that, I think maybe a boombox, in the 90s, took C batteries. C batteries and D batteries kind of faded out, if you don't already know. In fact, if you were young, I can't imagine it, but maybe you've never seen a C battery before, as crazy as that sounds. So anyway, yeah, the fact that this took a C battery, that alone is what interested me in this flashlight. And back in the day, these sold for like 50 bucks. Again, what they sell for now, no idea. You might find them on eBay or something. Maybe if you get lucky, you go to flashlight forums, someone has one. But I always kept mine because it was so unique. So what made this kind of different, and first off, before you get into the flashlight itself, this is called the TLL Rev 2. Now, they currently sell, I believe, a flashlight called the Rev 2. Coincidence, same name, whatever, but the TLL stood for Temporary Landing Lights. So the original purpose for these was in an emergency. They'd have like a box of these at an airport or wherever. I mean, most of the stuff is made for the military. And if they had to do an emergency landing and you didn't have flares, you'd use these lights. So you literally turn these on, and because they have this nice fat wide base, you turn them on and you run a runway with them. All right. There's 3 different modes. All right. Turning it on just turns it right to high. All right. If you do a quick on off, it goes to low. All right. And then a third time is a beacon or slow strobe, which I actually think is the coolest mode. This has 70 little blips or flashes per minute. All right. This is, I believe, is 300 lumens for 150 hours on the strobe. Going back to high, again, 300 lumens is the high output, and I think it's like a 75-hour runtime. And then the low is 40 lumens for 375 hours. All right, so you have those 3 different options to use this for landing purposes. But people got these, they started using it for all kinds of stuff. What's interesting, it has a very spherical lens here. So when you turn this on, it literally just disperses light everywhere. Okay, it's like if you took your top and your reflector, totally out of your flashlights, and it's just an area light. This is actually very cool as an area light. If the power goes out or something, place it on a table, place it in the corner of the room, and it gives you plenty of light. Sometimes for certain activities, it's distracting because light is literally going everywhere. So unless you're behind the light, if it's tilted or whatever, you do get that kind of light blowing back in your face. Also, which was cool, is they put a glow-in-the-dark green ring on the inside. So if I can get this to be dark in here, super dark, but you can see that it's glowing in the dark. So after usage, you can see where they are. And then just have this kind of red, this isn't no purpose behind it, but just visually appealing, I suppose, this red anodized ring on the outside. And you can take this ring apart to take the lens out if you wanted to. All right, so we took this off. There's your diffuser, is what it is, really. And then, of course, you can see our LED. And this one, this is the Cree XP5, I think the G2 version from back in the day. So if you want to use this without that, again, just an area light, but without the diffuser. So pretty interesting. But again, the fact that this took a single C battery, which is so strange to me, that's why I wanted it. I want it for my flashlight collection because it's so unique and so odd. And now they don't make them anymore. So taking a closer look at the back here, you can see there's 4 holes drilled in there. You can put lanterns on this. But what's really interesting, if you look at the bottom, you can see the threading in there. This can be mounted to a tripod. Okay, so you can use this for an area light as well. So even if you're into something like photography, you might be able to utilize this in that sense as well. So pretty interesting. Here's the cage number. If you want to look it up by that, 4QK35. Cage numbers are put on all the military stuff that they do. So I guess for inventory purposes, it's easy to identify it. But yeah, Maratac TLL Rev 2, definitely late with this review, but I thought I did it already. It's not that big, 3.4 inches overall. I think it was like 1.5 inches or something diameter, but very stable because it is wide, it is small, pocketable, simple, but very unique, just super, super unique. And again, my favorite feature is that beacon. And of course, use your imagination, you can use this for all kinds of stuff. This might be something cool to throw in the car. Again, replacing perhaps a flare for emergencies, roadside assistance or something. You can keep it on, whatever mode you want it to. And, show that you need some help. Or you can keep it, way behind your vehicle to warn drivers not to slam into you. But again, sky's the limit with pretty much any flashlight feature. But I just thought it was pretty cool. And because I was just talking about it with someone, I wanted to share it with you guys. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you know of any other flashlights other than maybe something you can get at the dollar store that takes a C battery, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear about any modern flashlight that takes either a single C or a single D battery. Of course, we all know Maglite still puts out, a couple different models that take C's and D's. But yeah, pretty interesting, pretty cool. So actually, speaking of Maglite, totally unrelated, but one thing I always wanted was like the 7 or 8 cell D Maglite. I never had one of those things. It literally looked like a baseball bat, and I always wanted that for my collection, but maybe one day. I'm sure they're on eBay somewhere. At some point, I used to collect Maglites, like all the different models, and then I realized why. It was literally just for collecting. I never used any of them just because I always had better flashlights. I just thought it was cool to have the variety of stuff they put out over the years. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this video. Don't even know why I said it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.